All right, Lakers Nation. The mission is clear for Rob Pelinka and the front office this offseason. Find a center to pair with superstars Luka Doncic and LeBron James. After, hypothetically, trading Anthony Davis to Dallas as part of the package to acquire Doncic, the need for a reliable big man was starkly highlighted in the playoffs. Head coach J.J. Redick even, hypothetically, went without a traditional center for significant stretches against the Minnesota Timberwolves because Jackson Hayes was struggling. Pelinka's promise, a center is coming. Lakers president of basketball operations, Rob Pelinka, reportedly told reporters during his end-of-season press conference that he will try to acquire a center this offseason via free agency or a trade. And one NBA writer believes Pelinka will specifically target a familiar face for Luka. Bleacher Report's bold prediction, a Doncic reunion, in a piece titled Bold Offseason Predictions for Every Team After the 2025 NBA Finals. Dan Favale of Bleacher Report predicted that the Lakers will trade for a center with whom Doncic has played before. Favale wrote, "This inevitable search will lead them to someone Doncic has played with before. Don't ask me who, specifically, but it will be Daniel Gafford, Derek Lively II, or Kristaps Porzingis. It probably won't be Dwight Powell, player option. Let's break down these potential, or in Porzingis' case, perhaps less potential now given his Celtic success, reunion candidates. Derek Lively II. The article states, Lively would be ideal and would likely cost the Lakers' highest offer. We've discussed him before. Young, athletic, and already has chemistry with Luka. However, it's noted that Lively, hypothetically, had an injury-riddled second season in which he played just 36 games. Daniel Gafford. Gafford isn't perfect from a defensive standpoint, but he's a solid vertical threat and rim protector. Again, a player who has played alongside Luka. The big question, as the article points out, is whether the Mavericks will trade with Los Angeles again is another matter. Gafford's contract situation. According to Sham Charania of ESPN, in this hypothetical timeline, Gafford intends to sign a 3-year contract extension worth up to nearly $60 million with the Mavericks. However, the center will still be eligible for trades this season. Mavs' reluctance? But NBA insider Mark Stein has reported that Dallas is unwilling to part with Gafford. This makes a Gafford acquisition tricky. Kristaps Porzingis. While mentioned by Favale, Porzingis is currently a key piece for the Boston Celtics in the real world and presumably in this hypothetical unless stated otherwise. Pry him away will be incredibly difficult and costly, likely more than the Lakers can afford. Dwight Powell, mentioned as unlikely due to his player option, and perhaps not the impact center the Lakers are seeking. The Mavericks draft situation, adding another layer to any potential Dallas dealings. The Mavericks have the first overall pick in this year's draft. They are expected to select Duke star Cooper Flag. This number 1 pick was, of course, a key part of the hypothetical return for Luka Doncic. Having Flag potentially changes their long-term frontcourt plans. Luka's extension and potential leverage. An important factor in all of this is Luka Doncic himself. Doncic can sign a contract extension with the Lakers on August 2nd for up to 4 years and $229 million. He may wait to see if the team acquires a center for him before signing an extension. This gives Luka significant leverage and adds pressure on the Lakers' front office to make a move. Luka's hypothetical regular season stats after the trade averaged 28.2 points, 8.1 rebounds, and 7.5 assists for the Lakers in the regular season after the Mavericks traded him in February. The big picture, keeping Luka happy. The underlying theme is clear. The Lakers need a center, and getting one who already has a rapport with Luka Doncic would be a smart move. Lively seems like the dream target, but his injury history in this scenario and the Mavs' potential reluctance are hurdles. Gafford is a solid option, but his new extension and Dallas's reported unwillingness to trade him make it tough. Porzingis is likely a non-starter due to a situation with the Celtics. Question for the fans. Of these former Doncic teammates, who would you most want to see the Lakers acquire? What kind of trade package would be realistic for Lively or Gafford, assuming Dallas would even engage? How much should Luka's preference and potential contract extension influence the Lakers' urgency in finding a center? It's going to be a fascinating offseason as the Lakers try to build a true championship contender around LeBron and their new superstar, Luka Doncic. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. All right, Lakers Nation, the hypothetical NBA offseason is in full swing, and the landscape is shifting fast, with reports that Kristaps Porzingis has, hypothetically, been traded from the Boston Celtics to the Atlanta Hawks. Another potential Lakers center target is off the board. As blockbuster trades continue to happen, the Lakers' options are narrowing, and the pressure to make a big move is intensifying. Lakers eyeing a blockbuster. Bam Adebayo to LA? With the NBA draft approaching in this hypothetical timeline, trade talks are expected to heat up. One huge name now being floated in connection with the Lakers is Miami Heat All-Star center Bam Adebayo. Anthony Pasialo of Sports Illustrated has put forth a potential trade proposal that would see the Lakers make a massive splash by acquiring Adebayo. However, it comes at a steep price. Los Angeles would have to part with fan favorite Austin Reeves as part of the deal. The proposed trade details. Los Angeles Lakers receive Bam Adebayo, Haywood Highsmith, forward from Heat. Miami Heat receive Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, Gabe Vincent, assuming he's on the Lakers in this scenario, 2 first-round picks, 2026-2030. The rationale, going all in for a championship. The article discusses the pros and cons of this potential blockbuster. The central question is whether Reeves and 2 first-round picks would be enough to pry Adebayo from South Beach. Los Angeles would lose a key shooter and playmaker in Reeves, but would land the big fish they've been searching for a pair with LeBron James and Luka Doncic. Pasialo wrote in a June 24th, 2025 piece, as per our hypothetical timeline, to do this, upgrading the front court this offseason is essential. While there are short-term and relatively cheap options in free agency like Clint Capella or Brook Lopez, it should not come as a surprise if the front office goes all in on a blockbuster move to help James and Luka Doncic. Why would Miami do it? A potential rebuild? Pasialo also addresses why the Heat might consider trading Adebayo. Let's answer the question of why Heat President Pat Riley and company would trade Adebayo. Riley publicly stated earlier in the offseason that the organization would not be running it back. After, hypothetically, losing veteran Kevin Durant, this implies Durant was briefly on the Heat or a Heat target they missed out on, leading to a rebuild consideration. A rebuild looks like a more realistic option than ever. This is a crucial piece of context for Miami's motivation. Bam Adebayo, the perfect fit? The article strongly suggests that Bam Adebayo would be an ideal fit alongside LeBron James and Luka Doncic. Contract. Adebayo is set to begin a 3-year, $165 million contract that runs through the 2028-29 season, with a player option for the final year. Lakers insider endorsement. Jovan Buha, a Lakers insider, has reportedly advocated that Adebayo will be an ideal match for Doncic and James in Los Angeles. Buha's take from an April 28th podcast. Per Yahoo Sports, I think he'd be good next to Luka because they're both all-star, all-NBA type guys, and they're both smart and can make it work. I think Bam is not enough of a lob threat for what the Lakers want. Defensively, he'd be great because he's a great defender, but I don't know if they could get him. From a trade standpoint, I don't see Los Angeles having enough to offer Miami. Buha's skepticism here about the Lakers having enough assets is an important counterpoint. Uncertainty remains. The article concludes by noting that it remains to be seen how the recent hypothetical Lakers sale could impact upcoming roster moves. Regardless, Los Angeles will need to finalize a solution at center, even if it doesn't mean landing a star like Adebayo. Key discussion points for Lakers fans. Is Bam Adebayo worth Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, Gabe Vincent, and 2 first-round picks? Would Adebayo truly be the perfect fit alongside LeBron and Luka, or does Buha's point about him not being enough of a lob threat hold weight? If the Heat are indeed heading towards a rebuild in this hypothetical scenario, is this a realistic return for a player of Adebayo's caliber? Are the Lakers better off pursuing less costly options, or is an all-in move for a star center like Adebayo the right path? This is a massive what-if scenario. Trading for Bam Adebayo would be a huge swing for the Lakers. Let us know your thoughts in the comments.